Dude, I feel like we've been walking forever. We're not even halfway.
It's a mountain. What did you think? For crying out loud, dude. I don't think the reality of what we were trying to do set in at first until that reality smacked us in the face.
So we're at Game On Expo in Phoenix, Arizona. It is a Saturday night, and I thought, hey, what better thing that we can do than to go out into the desert in the middle of the night and look for UFOs.
Look for UFOs at night in the desert is what we're planning on doing.
Me and my buddy Steven are like, okay. I think we were gonna stop at Jack in the Box too, so that was a good motivator as well.
So this is
To the peak right here. So that's the summit. So
we follow the sign. The post that says 300.
2 miles, guys.
Climbing a mountain doesn't sound like a horrible idea if you're prepared, which we were not.
that's not bad.
Look, Shadow Mountain.
Okay, so we could do this.
Yeah, let's do it. No nuts.
Not tonight, I don't know.
I know, let's go.
I've done a lot of hiking in my time. We were not prepared at all to hike up a mountain, especially in the Arizona desert. We didn't have water. There was no water bottles.
We definitely need water and flashlights.
And some decent shoes.
The type of thing that anybody with half a mind would at least, take with them on something like this. No, nothing. A bottle of water. Who needs that to climb a mountain?
This trail rated extremely difficult. 1.8, 18 miles. I don't think we're prepared for this trail. Just a hunch.
None of us have any water. No one has a drink at all.
Extremely difficult.
Most of us are intelligent enough to say, hey, we probably shouldn't because we don't have the proper, clothes, supplies, anything. But we also are pretty dumb and dumb enough to do it anyway.
The official vote is Eric is already on his way.
That's his boat.
All right,
Norm, what are you feeling?
let's just go. It's only a mile.
All right.
It's like only a mile. It's only a mile. Right. It'd be like 20 minutes hiking.
Let's go.
It'd probably be 20 minutes. Everyone was like, yeah, let's do it. I can't be the only one to be like, no, guys, this isn't a good idea. I didn't want to be Ranger Norm shooting everyone down.
It's almost spelt out that it's going to be tough, Even a small mountain is still a mountain.
We needed to go up to the top of this mountain to look for UFOs, for potential UFOs.
As far as like endurance to climb the mountain, I feel like either me or Steven were the most athletic. Least athletic, Scott or Eric.
I mean, I'm all right. I just don't. We're not going to make it to the top. It's just not going to happen.
This was a very dangerous mountain. I can't stress that enough. It was not a safe hike.
Why is this smelling like fucking rotten fish out here?
Oh, Phoenix smells after it rains.
Smells like a porta potty.
At a certain point, people were like, I don't think I have much more in me. And we'd be a quarter of the way up at this point, and people were already starting to kind of complain a little bit, which is not a good sign.
Watch your steps.
This trail is over a mile long. We haven't even gone a quarter of a mile.
I'm sure we have.
We definitely have not.
I think all of us thought that this was going to be a relatively easy climb. You don't really truly understand the severity of something like this until you're on it. This thing that we thought was going to take 20 minutes, not so much. 20 minutes, that didn't even get us to like that first marker to tell you where you are actually. So, yeah.
I figured that this was going to be an arduous long haul, but I think at that point a lot of the guys started to get discouraged because they were like, dude, what in the world? 20-minute hike. We've been doing this for an hour. We're only a quarter up.
I'm seriously thinking about taking off my pants.
You got the fucking nuts.
I literally cannot take it anymore. I can still keep climbing, but I have to do it without these pants on. I'm in blue jeans, and it is so hot.
What did you say?
Serious, dude.
You look like a fuck.
At this point, I think he's starting to lose it mentally. When you start to take your clothes off and are climbing a mountain in your underwear, I don't think you're all there mentally anymore.
Billy, again. Billy, please be okay. He's over there twerking on the mountain.
You wanna know what's messed up? Is it looks like your shorts are soiled on the crack. I'm not joking, dude.
I don't care if some random person walking down the mountain looks at me and looks at my legs and thinks that I'm some sort of like creep. At least I'll be cool.
Steps.
Step.
5 step.
Ooh, baby! There's no railing or anything, and there's no good footing. It's weird jagged rocks. Some are covered in like landslide little, bits of pebbles and stuff. And we kept slipping. We're slipping and like we could fall off 300 feet at night, and everyone's like, well, we got 14 minutes on my phone until it dies, and I have a few minutes. Like, it took us 2 hours to get up here. I don't know what we're gonna do on the way down.
I feel like less of a fat ass. I'll tell you that much.
Make sure you wear your best slippery Nikes.
It's not so much the climb of the jagged rocks, it's just that everyone's out of shape.
Give me a second now. I'm fucked now.
Oh shit.
What?
It's like this ripple effect. One of you would say, let's go a little farther. No. And then the group was like, no, we're not gonna do this. And then that other person 10 minutes later would be like, you know what, I don't think we should go farther. And then the rest of the group's like, no, you're stupid, don't puss out, let's keep going.
I mean, how many times in our lifetime are we gonna say we climbed a fucking mountain?
Okay, we're not going that whole way.
Yeah, there's just no feasible way we're doing that.
Not with that attitude.
Well, yeah, not with that one. I left the other one back at the car. Can we go get it?
I mean, you could sit here and wait if you want.
Hey, the closer we are to the top, the closer we are to UFOs.
So the higher we get, we'll be able to see the things in the sky better, as if, the difference of like 1,000 feet is really going to change the perspective of a flying saucer in the sky. So, no. And we climbed the mountain looking at our feet the entire time. So who knows what the hell was up there? You all right?
Yeah.
We are the biggest ragtag group of impulse, no planning, no preparation knuckleheads that I've ever seen.
It's almost going on 1 a.m.
We decided we're gonna climb a mountain in the dead of the night with no equipment, no water, no nothing.
I mean, honestly, we don't even know how far this thing goes.
Billy's literally lost his pants.
Yeah, we're not even halfway. 0.5 seconds. But it's
I promise you our lights are gonna be dead by the time we get halfway down. I get so thirsty that I start hacking at a cactus. No joke, start hacking at a cactus trying to get some moisture out of this thing, and I can't. So I start grabbing shrubbery, just like the fuzzy, leafy kind of stuff that grows in desert. I'm picking up and I'm chewing on, trying to get any moisture I can.
I'm fucked now.
That was good earlier.
We already lost Billy's pants and we lost Eric.
That wasn't as funny as you think it was.
We got halfway up. I'd say I was about halfway up, and you actually start going back down for a little bit. And on that part, looking at it, it looked like fucking Lord of the Rings, looking up at this peak, and I was like, we gotta go back down and then go up higher. And Eric is freaking out because he can't see. He's like a mole, I guess. So in the dark, he can't see.
Fuck, that light's bright.
So we're roughly halfway there at this point.
Yes, roughly.
We're roughly halfway there. Dude, we've
Just
done...
think how good you'll feel when you reach the top.
There's no shame in what we've done.
No, dude. We're gonna be the biggest failures if we got this far and turned around.
Eric didn't want to be the only one that was going to be left behind. Be it he was afraid of the dark, afraid of a mountain lion, afraid of a shadow person, whatever, I don't know. So I took it upon myself to be a bro at this point and was like, you know what? If you can't go, I'll stay behind with you.
It's another half mile.
Let's say the other side looks different. It's misleading.
It's 2 different trails.
Totally misleading.
There's two different trails.
Oh, so give a shot of that.
I don't think I can either, dude.
Let's go on, head down. Ain't nothing wrong with it.
We're gonna go climb a mountain, dudes. And now he's punking out.
Here we go. Here's where the shit talking starts.
He's trying to twist his giving up into him self-sacrificing his accomplishment so he could stay with Eric so Eric wouldn't be alone.
I was saying, if anyone else wants to stop, I will stop with them. But I'm not going to stop by myself. So I want to make it clear that I did not ever say I'm quitting or, whatever.
Are you bailing already? Are you seriously bailing?
Dude, I feel like we've been walking forever. We're not even halfway.
It's a mountain. What did you think? For crying out loud, dude.
You don't gotta yell.
Dude, we got 14 minutes worth of battery in this.
So I'm looking up, I'm seeing how far we actually have to go, and it's pretty steep. It's the trails here, instead of being so horizontal, once you get closer to the summit, they go more upward, steeper.
If I had water, maybe. I'm calling it. I just can't do it. Oh, fuck.
I give up. I give up. I can't do it anymore, and that's just, it sucks, but I just can't do it anymore.
Billy has just tapped out. That only leaves me left. So there's only 3 of us in this at this point. And I'm really debating internally, how far should I go? I want to continue at least a little further, but I don't know how far I'm going to be able to get before I'm able, I suspect at this point that I'm going to have to tap out as well at some point. I just want to try to do the best I can and just soldier on as long as I possibly can, because at this point, I've done better than 90% of the guys that we've been with. At a certain point, I figured, though, I've gone this far, I'm not going to give up. I'm not going to give up 95% up a mountain, so I just dig a little deeper. My throat is literally burning. It's so dry, and I just kind of try to work through it, and I keep going, and I keep going, and I'm going, and I'm by myself, and I'm not hearing anything, and Billy's probably halfway down the mountain at this point, and I'm literally alone and don't know how much further I have. And then I hear something. I hear Norm and Steven. As I get closer to them, I round the corner and I see them sitting there on this kind of slightly leveled area at the summit. They had made it to the top, and I had made it to the top. And they turn and they see me and they're stunned.
That shocked me. And it's not to diss on Melvor, but Melvor is so unassuming looking. You don't look at Melvor and you're like, that guy's gonna climb a mountain today.
They were proud of me that I continued by myself and had made it up. I was the 3rd one up the mountain.
So you guys were the first ones up here.
Of course.
Think anybody else was gonna make it?
Hell no. The way they were huffing and puffing, man. They were determined for a while, but I knew once we hit some of those later steps, there's no way.
Holy shit.
I think that's where it worked.
It is.
What is that?
That's where Steven works.
Yeah.
So it's a casino.
I'm not saying the name because I refuse to give them publicity.
It's almost 2 a.m. We just climbed a mountain for no reason, really.
We were celebrating, we were happy, and we were sitting there just kind of enjoying the view and enjoying our accomplishment for about 15, 20 minutes or so. And then we start to hear something behind us, and Billy's coming up.
It's Billy! It's Billy! My motherfucking ass!
With no pants.
Where's the top?
Right
It's
here.
like right here, dude.
Right here. You're not there yet.
Go on, you there. You there. Shit, yeah!
So what ended up happening was I was laying down on that rock, and as I was leaning back, I was looking up and seeing where I had to go, realizing it was probably going to be another 30-minute climb. I realized that if I went back down at this point, I would feel very horrible about myself. I would feel like a complete failure.
I thought Billy had turned around. He tried drinking from a cactus at one point. He like stabbed a cactus or something and tried to drink from it, and he said it tasted like a diaper or something.
I was stunned that Billy had soldiered on after I had left him. And I did. I left him up a mountain. I literally think it took everything that he had to continue to go. I guess, you know, it really showed what he's made out of.
MC beat you to the top. And he was carrying a camera.
He was carrying a freaking giant camera the whole way. Okay. You lost your pants. Okay. I mean, it's something that I'm, first of all, always going to have and be able to hold over Jay, you know, which I think makes that victory a lot more sweet.
I don't know what Melvor said in this interview. I don't really care, because I'll tell you this, motherfucker was happy as shit to get down back to the bottom of that mountain and have water and Gatorade in his hand. So say whatever you want. I potentially saved your life, asshole. I know it was him shit talking. I can hear, oh, what a wuss. Eric and Jay and Scott wusses, bunch of chumps. Actually, probably just Jay, not anyone else. It was me. No, honestly, I stayed behind with Eric. I stayed behind with Eric and for Eric. Do I regret that decision? Gotta be honest, fuck no I don't, okay? Could I have gone to the top? I absolutely believe so. Am I glad I didn't? Don't bother me one bit that I didn't make it to the top. I don't care. It was rough, I was tired. So maybe, you know what, fuck it. Maybe I used Eric as an excuse for me not to continue on. So thank you, Eric. I know Melvor's running his mouth right now. Fuck him, we gotta stick together, you and I.
All the way down, it's just Jay's trying to give himself courage, you know, like we did good, guys. We did good. I don't care. They're gonna say shit, but we did good.
Dude, at one point I actually took a wrong turn and I was going straight, and then it just stopped and literally just dropped off to nothing. Yeah. And I sat there for about 10 minutes contemplating, okay, do I want to go back down? I get to a dead end where I stop on a rock, and the path just drops into nothingness. I'm isolated, halfway stranded on this mountain, thinking, okay, if I slip and fall, it's gonna be a week before my body's found.
I had Achilles surgery, 2 years ago. My leg's never been the same. I went and climbed a mountain. It's not a big mountain, it's a small mountain. I mean, it's not really that much of an accomplishment. So really just kind of...
But to do it on a whim, that's a big deal. No water.
Yeah, no
we
water.
We weren't prepared at all. We just literally drove it. We saw a sign in the road and turned and climbed the mountain.
You know, this was an accomplishment. This was an accomplishment, not because we climbed a mountain, but the circumstances around it, the absolute foolishness and no thought put into this decision to do it.
And let me tell you, that was one of the hardest things I've ever had to do, because probably the last 10 minutes was the hardest, because you actually physically have to climb up that part of the summit.
We wanted to look for UFOs, but we can't with the rest of the group not here, so we literally just climbed it to climb it at this point. It was just an accomplishment.
To be fair, I climbed it because I was going to beat me.
We did see a comet.
As we're at the summit, we see this meteorite break up in the atmosphere and kind of, it was almost poetic in a way. We made it to the summit and we see a meteor. And it's like, holy crap, we actually saw the UFO that we came out here. I mean, technically it's a UFO, it's unidentified. I don't know if it was a meteor or not.
We saw a cool green comet break up, and to me, if for a split second it's a UFO. You know, you're like, what is that? And then your brain, depending on who you are in this group, how long it takes you to go, oh, that's just a comet. Or Jay jumps out of the car, is like, what was that? What was that? What was that? We're like, it's a comet. What was that? It's a comet. But wait, what was that? It's like it's a comet. It's a comet. It just took a little longer for him to realize.
That was a big fucking comet. Yeah.
It kind of takes a little bit of the luster out of it when you realize that Jay and all the other losers and failures were at the bottom of the summit and they saw it as well. But I would like to think that since we were at the top, we got the better view.
I obviously knew we weren't going to find any UFOs, because that's a stupid thing to do in the middle of the night in Arizona. But I did have a lot of fun climbing that mountain and hanging with the guys. So, and I'll never forget that experience. That was one of the weirder game chaser outings I've been on.
Look, safety's #1 priority, okay? we foolishly, the lot of us, decided to climb this mountain in the middle of the night, in the middle of the Arizona desert night. We had no flashlights, we had no hydration, we were not dressed for it. Now, to be fair, when we started out, our intent was not to climb this mountain. If you're gonna do something like this, please be safe. We're idiots, don't do what we do. The actual real possibility of a mountain lion snatching one of us away and eating us, I mean, that could have been a thing, honestly. Scorpions, I mean, who knows what else, who knows what else could have been up there. Just be safe if you decide to do something like this. It was fun, don't get me wrong, but looking back, one of us could have died. Very easily could have died.